Good morning, just another manic Monday. Out for our morning stroll with some extra guests today, the geese. And I haven't seen Stitch. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's staring at the geese. He's back there. I don't know if you can see him. There's the geese. And then Stitch is, there he is. Whoop. And he's looking at the geese. So today is National Tooth Fairy Day, and I've got some crafting and crime updates for you. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, good morning. Crafting Journey here, that Journey chick over on Instagram, and on my new channel, The Leftovers. The link is down in the description. Please take a second, check that out. I'm trying to get that channel launched. Even if it's not your thing, could you go over there, click a like, and subscribe? That would help me out getting it launched. And don't forget, on this channel, you want to hit the like button because he's very jealous of the leftover like button. They don't get along. Also, consider subscribing. It's absolutely free to subscribe. I don't charge you a thing. But if you're already a subscriber, you can become a member and make a donation to support the channel monthly by becoming a member. Or there's a thanks button down below. You can make a one-time donation. And I must say, I invested quite a bit of money actually on a GoPro that actually should be here this week. I'm so excited, maybe even today. I didn't have it this weekend. It's for my leftover channel. It comes with a strap so I can carry it like right here when I'm at the yard sales, and I have both hands free. So yeah, if you want to make a donation to support that purchase, that would be totally welcome. All right, as you know, oh, did I forget the notification bell? Yeah, if you're not subscribed, you can't hit the notification bell. So you want to hit all on the notification bell, and that way you don't miss a single episode of Crafting and Crime Daily, and you do not want to miss an episode. Check out my Murdaugh family series. Oh my gosh, I'll put a link to that playlist here. So interesting. And I'm going to give you guys weekly updates. There's an update today. So I want to show you my Great Escape painting progress. Now, this event goes to the end of September, so I think I'm doing pretty good. Here we go. So you see what I have left. Oh my goodness. There's drills everywhere. So I am actually, I'm going to leave it this way. She reminds you of Anne of Green Gables, doesn't she? So I'm going to leave it this way. And We're going to bring back the microphone. I'm using these super cute little release papers with gnomes on them that I got from Crafts with Crashley. I will put her link down in the description. She also has some special event release papers that have the Aurora Borealis and the logo for the Great Escape event. Oh my gosh, so awesome. Actually, super awesome. So I think I'm not really working on this section here. I'm working on the greens that are down here. Did you guys have a great weekend? I did. I got lots of rest. I found out my son has COVID. I said, well, how do you feel? He goes, well, I just finished mowing the lawn. I'm like, I think you should probably rest if you've got COVID. He said he just had a really bad headache and maybe a slightly sore throat. I think I heard stitch. Now, yesterday we had on Bella Art Day Nicole on my Sunday Live. I will also put a link to that video. You can click these links without leaving this video. You just click on it and put it on your watch later list, and it never takes you out of this video. So click on that link. But you've got to check out their website. They're not on Etsy. They're on a website, bellaartdaynicole.com. Oh my gosh, I had no idea they had so much amazing stuff. Now, the Aurora Borealis trays that they gave away yesterday are sold out. I went to buy one, gone. In almost every color, gone. Which, yay, I'm happy to support these small businesses. So if you find something you like on there, they have all these tray storage systems, which are amazing. This is my favorite tray that I have from them. I like the little ones. It has the little slider, hot pink, of course, the little stopper. Yeah. So check that out, because Nicole and Jamie are just wonderful people, and you need to meet them. You really do. Awesome story behind their store and how they got started. So you want to check that out. Now I need to turn the light pad on so I can see what I'm doing. Do. Oh my God, my sister's painting. My sister Diamond paints like most of her day, which is great. I just think it's great that she has this hobby now. I don't know if you remember the Dreamer Design painting I bought with the 4th of July fireworks on it, and I couldn't figure out what the birdhouse was. She wanted to do that one for the Great Escape, so I said, no, go ahead. So they had ABs that came with the kit, but they were in the weirdest places. None in the fireworks. So she sat down on Friday and figured out every single color that was in the bursts of the fireworks and matched it to an AB. And oh my God, then she spent the weekend doing this firework. Oh, incredible. Now, why the company would not put ABs into the fireworks, I don't know. We can't figure that out. But this painting is going to be amazing when she gets done. Really and truly. So I have to give her props. Yeah, we did our yard sale thing on Saturday. We thought it might rain. It did not. You could see rain all around us, but we did our yard sales and got quite a bit of stuff. I have not listed anything. I haven't opened my eBay store because I've got one more week, 7 more days, but who's counting? August 30th is my last day. So 5 days this week, 2 days next week, and then I'm done. Then I can concentrate on the leftover business. So all of this that I'm talking about right now has to do with my leftover channel. Sorry about that, guys. Just chit-chatting about the leftover channel. Because I'm kind of proud of it. I just think it's a fun thing. And it's fun to go to these yard sales. Although, you'll see in the Saturday episode, we got a little lost. Yeah. We're not native to Wichita, so once we come to a familiar road, we're like, we know where we are. Yeah. Where's my coffee? Coffee. So good. I could not get to sleep last night. I was up till 3 in the morning. I watched Big Brother, Sunday night's episode. Oh my God, last night, you guys, House of Dragons started. George R.R. Martin, this is his prequel to Game of Thrones. It's called House of Dragons. It's on HBO HD and HBO Max if you just want to stream it. But so good. So, well, let me tell you, little blood and gore in it. I was like, oh, tell me when it's over. It's gross. I don't like those parts, but so good. The story's so good. Oh my gosh. And I loved Game of Thrones. I loved it. If you loved Game of Thrones, you do not want to miss House of Dragons. Season 1, episode 1 last night. Jean and I were at the end of the episode going, oh yeah. It was so good. We want more. Good television. Yes, finally something really good to watch. I mean, Big Brother's okay, but House of Dragons, you should see the dragon. I don't know how I'm sure it's all CGI, but amazing, amazing. Okay, I'm a George R.R. Martin fan. And my sister didn't know I had the book. I'm like, oh yeah, I got the book. You want to read the book? She's a librarian, so she's got the book now. Okay. I don't want to spill this on my... So yesterday, also in my live, I think I've already linked that live here, but I made homemade ice cream. So she and I had some of it last night. She's like, oh my God, Rebecca, this is amazing. I put some chocolate in it. The chocolate was a fail. I melted some dark chocolate and put it in, and it just got hard as soon as I dropped. There was just a big glob of dark chocolate. So I took that out. But the peanut butter, I put crunchy peanut butter in. So it tasted like peanut butter ice cream. And then I put in strawberry Kit Kats. I crunched them all up and put them in. So it tasted like you were eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, someone suggested I should cut up some bread and throw it in there. I'm like, no. We don't have to be that literal. But good idea. It was delicious. Okay, where am I here? Oh, let's do some diamond painting. So I did not do any watercolor this weekend. I just diamond painted because a lot of this is color blocking. So it's going really fast. And I've just been listening to different stuff on YouTube while I diamond paint. My Audible books. Okay. The diamonds are not cooperating today. We got knobbly bits here. And this one wants to be crooked. Okay. What did you guys do that was fun this weekend? Let me know. Down in the comments. I read everybody's comments. I love your comments. We're going to straighten this out with a straightener. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it's good. Let's talk about crafting and crime daily. First, there is an update on the Alex Murdaugh case. First of all, this woman has come forward claiming to be sex trafficked back in 2014, 2015, that time frame, and that one of the clients she was sex trafficked to was Alex Murdaugh. Why not? Let's just throw in sex, right? We've got everything else in that case. Let's have a little sex. Now, I don't know how reliable it is. Some reporter found her on TikTok. Maybe she wants the 5 minutes of fame. But first of all, having sex with Alex Murdaugh would be the last thing on my list. And I might add, he is now facing the death penalty. So there's a big thing going on now between his attorneys. He's got this high-powered attorney. I don't know how he's paying for it, but his attorney held a press conference to say that the plaintiff had not, or the prosecutor had not given them all the evidence. Well, the prosecutor said, you're right. We haven't given you all the evidence. Well, when you make a request, there's a certain time frame upon which you should get your discovery. And the defense attorney is right. He should have gotten his discovery within the 30-day time frame, but now it's been 32 days, so he holds a press conference, which is so weird. But the prosecutor is waiting for the judge to issue a gag order saying that none of this can be disclosed to the media, none of the evidence, because they're trying not to taint the jury. It is going to be very, very difficult to find a jury in this county that is not afraid of Alec Murdaugh or hasn't heard of this whole Alec Murdaugh saga. So, first of all, I'm surprised they haven't asked for a change of venue, and they may. This trial is set for January. Lots of stuff going on next year, early next year. We're going to have the Murdaugh murder trial. We're going to have the Charlie Adelson murder trial. We're also going to have the Chad and Lori Daybell trial. Lots of great trials next year. I'm not going anywhere because these are going to be amazingly interesting. So also, in the Murdaugh case, another family came forward, two sisters, that they had been involved in a horrible accident back in maybe 2014. Their mother and their brother were killed in the accident, and the two sisters survived, and they were minors. So Alec Murdaugh represented them in the accident, sets up with the banker to be the trustee of these girls' money. They got $5 million. Well, they didn't get $5 million. The banker got $5 million. So these girls actually had to ask this guy. They said he was like their dad. Can I have money for a cell phone? They would have to ask for any money that they wanted for certain things. And then when they turned 18, he was supposed to turn the money over to them. Well, he did, but apparently he borrowed it from other money he was holding in trust for cases settled with Alec Murdaugh, and some of their money went to Alec Murdaugh. So this banker was finally indicted and arrested and faces charges. Thank goodness. So the name of the banker is Russell Lafitte. He's the CEO of Palmetto State Bank, or he was the CEO of Palmetto State Bank, where Alex would set up these personal representative in trusts for funds for his clients where the money was supposed to be going. And his bond was set at $1 million. He's not going anywhere. And the charges against this banker are federal charges: wiretapping, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, bank fraud, and misapplication of the bank funds. There you go. More in the Murdaugh saga. So also in Crafting and Crime, Nicholas Cruz, August 22nd, today, the jury is returning and the defense is supposed to pick up their portion of the case. As you recall, a couple of weeks ago, they did a jury view to the school site. The prosecution wrapped up their case, and then the judge gave the jury and everybody in the courtroom 2 weeks off to come back on August 22nd today so the jury could commence hearing the defense's portion of the case, which I think may include a doctor to explain Nicholas Cruz's medical condition. Now, as you may recall, this is the penalty phase of his trial. He has already pled guilty to over 70-something charges of murder, attempted murder, you name it. Now the jury is being asked to decide, are there enough mitigating factors that he should get life in prison, or are there enough aggravating factors to put him in the electric chair? Or, I don't think they do the electric chair anymore. Lethal injection. The death penalty in Florida. Yeah, in Florida you have to have the jury decide whether you get life or the death penalty. So, we're going to hear about that. Now let's talk about trial that we are covering. This is the trial of Matthew Moore. He is charged with staging his wife's suicide, which is just a few months after his own son, who apparently was autistic, committed an identical suicide, hung by a USB cord. Now his wife is hung by a USB cord. But in between the time she goes missing and the months later when she's found hanging from this tree, heavily decomposed, a lot happens. So first, I'm gonna go over some of the testimony that I heard. We have another friend. Like, all these friends come out of the woodwork. Either she had lots and lots of friends, or they're just coming out of the woodwork to say, we knew her, we were very close. One friend came forward. She said, I had gotten into a car accident. My car was wrecked. I needed a new car. So this was before GoFundMe. So on on Facebook, I just put, can anybody help me get a new car, and help me out. And Emily offered to help her. After that, they had known each other briefly before in high school. Not terribly close, but acquaintances in high school and college. And then they became Facebook friends, and then she offered to help her. She apparently had just gotten her mother's settlement, Emily had, so she offered to help her friend. And her friend, later on, they started, once they reconnected, they became very good friends, and they would go see The Price is Right live, and they would go to shows together. And this woman said she had met Matthew Moore and didn't really, couldn't put her finger on it, but she didn't like him. In early 2019, this friend testified that she saw bruises on Emily's body. And when she asked Emily about these bruises, she said she got very defensive, and she said she didn't want to talk about it, and they got into a very heated argument, and that was the last time they spoke to each other. Until Joey, Matthew's son, committed suicide, and then Emily called her friend to say, hey, Joey passed away. Now, then there was another friend that Emily had planned to go on a little retreat with. They were going to go rent this cabin for 5 days, go stay in the cabin, just the two of them, have girls week. The week before, this friend meets Matthew Moore and his son Joey at ComCon, which, Comic Con, a convention. So she meets Emily and them there. So this is the first time that this friend meets Matthew and Joey. Now, she said the reason she believed, and this really wasn't supposed to come in, but you know how those things slip out in front of the jury and they're supposed to ignore them. She was going to this retreat with her friend to get away from Joey. Apparently he was too much to handle. He was autistic. He would get violent with her sometimes. So she had kind of had enough with him. So she was going out for this retreat. So they get to this retreat on the 30th of June, and they stay one night. Next morning, Emily gets a text message from Matthew saying that Joey had killed himself. And she's like, is he joking around? So this can't be right. So she calls Matthew. They both try to call Matthew, and Matthew's not picking up his phone. So they have to drive back. No girls' retreat for them. The next, and I'm kind of jumping around here because there's a lot of testimony that I still have to go back and watch, but they did put on a cell phone analyst who took Emily's phone and did a cell phone dump. You know how they put it into the Cellbrite computer program, and it analyzes everything on the phone and puts it into a nice, neat chronological order. So there was a lot of things on that phone, and Joey's phone as well. But one of the things found on that phone was, after she disappears, someone texts asking for ransom money. Says that they were holding her hostage and wanted $7,000 to get her back. What? Then the other interesting thing that I saw, and I have not watched the whole thing, was the interrogation. Matthew Moore voluntarily goes down to the police department for an interrogation. They said, can you come down and meet with us for questioning? And so he meets with them, and the first thing they do is read him his Miranda warnings. He's like, am I under arrest? They're like, no. He goes, well, I didn't do it. Whatever happened to her, I didn't do it. And the police officer's like, I mean, he didn't ask any questions. So for him to spontaneously say that was very odd. He's like, no, you are not under arrest. This is just a routine thing we do when we're questioning people in a missing persons case. So I will watch the rest of that interview today and tell you what else happens. Because I've been dying to know since the beginning, what evidence did they have against Matthew Moore? Now, I suspect whatever it is, it's in those cell phone records. Because what they did was they put the analyst on just to say what he did and how he did it, and here's how the report is made. But I haven't seen the content of that report. So we'll get to see that in future testimony. What happened this day in history? So on this day in history, in 1950, Althea Gibson becomes the first black woman, African-American woman, to become a member of the U.S. tennis team tour. She is accepted into the annual championship at Forest Hills, New York. Now, Althea Gibson, she grew up in Harlem, but at 14 she took up tennis and was a phenomenal tennis player. Now, unfortunately, she lost in the second round of that competition, but she went on to greater fame. She also, in 1960, 10 years later, became a professional golfer and was accomplished in golf as well. So, guys, that is the show for today. I gotta go to work. Work. Yep. 7 more days until I'm fun employed. Yep. Okay, I'm being silly. Have a great Monday, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow in Crafting and Crime Daily with more updates on the Matthew Moore trial and whatever goes on in the Nicholas Cruz case. I'll let you know. So, see you tomorrow.